Welcome to Daisy Pooh and Marvin's Reviews, where we'll quickly tell you about a movie, series, or game, but we won't spoil the plot. We will let you know if it's worth your time. Today, we're going to tell you about the live action series called One Piece. Daisy Pooh,
Yes, Marvin.
this is a 2023 Netflix series about a young pirate captain that sets off with his crew to obtain the title of Pirate King, uh, also to discover the mythical treasure known as One Piece. This series is rated TV 14 and has 9 episodes about 1 hour long each. Daisy Pooh, what did you think about this series?
Marvin, what a fantastical journey this series was. Although at first I wasn't quite connecting with the character, it wasn't too long before I was hooked on this series and fell in love with Monkey D. Luffy, the wannabe pirate king, like you said, and his ragtag tag alongs. I just fell in love with them. I enjoyed cheering them on their adventures and suffering with them through their frustrations, and I even shed a tear or two during the tender moments, which is why I gave this vibrant, exciting, and effervescent movie three fuzzy fingers. Marvin, did you enjoy this adventure into piratedom?
Yeah, Daisy Pooh. One Piece is a fun and over the top adventure with great characters, both good and bad. It has pirates, clowns, and fish people. Daisy Pooh, I gave it 4 fuzzy fingers.
Wow.
Yeah, you might think, well, this is the type of stuff that Marvin wants. He just wants to hit the open seas with his friends. You mentioned his crewmates that he picks up along the way. I think they did a really great job at casting all these characters. They all had their unique personalities, and everyone was pulling their weight here. Daisy Pooh, I'm curious, who do you think my favorite character was in this TV series?
Let me think. Nami.
Well, no, I mean, I liked her, but my favorite character was Zorro. Uh, uh, I think it's something
Mine
like,
too. I
oh,
love Zorro.
oh, really?
Yes, he
I
was
think
my
his
favorite.
his full name is Roa Noah Zorro. I just like how he was, kind of dry and almost sarcastically honest. I cracked up a lot when he was talking to people. Yeah, what do you think about all the casting and the actors?
When I first met Monkey D. Luffy, like I said, I had a little bit of hard time connecting with it. I thought, oh no, this is going to be a really silly series. And I thought he was plumb off his rocker, but oh no, this naive, loyal character is just the cutest little quirky thing I ever did see. Inaki Godoy was perfect for the role, although at times his acting was a bit weak. He had so much natural charisma and charm, and his smile stole every scene he was in. I just did fall in love with him as the series progressed. So his name was Luffy in the movie, and Luffy just wants to become that next pirate king. So he, like you said, all those ragtag characters that came along, and Zora was my favorite. They did. Every one of them was perfectly cast. They all pulled their weight. They all had such interesting backstories that we learn along the way. And I would too have given it four fuzzy fingers if they had just had time to develop them a little more, because I looked into this and it came from a book which I want to read, a manga book, I believe. Evidently, they left out a lot. They had to because, they were making it into a movie, but they could have made it much longer from what I heard. And boy, I would love to have seen that. So, knowing that, I just gave it three because I would love to have seen a little more character development. I think, and a lot of the credit goes to the script writers on this too, because, like I said, they made me want to read that book. I think they did such a good job at converting this over to a screenplay. I think it was wonderfully written. They had some tender moments and they had good flow in the conversations. And oh, they made it so exciting. I did not want this series to end. I just didn't. I'm so excited there's going to be more. What did you think about the script?
Like you said, this was a comic book first, and then it was an animated series for little kids. So I've been told. I've tried to watch the trailer and
Oh,
stuff.
is that
It,
right?
oh yes. It has many seasons of the anime series, and they've made spin-off movies. quite
I
a few
didn't
of them.
know that.
Yeah, but it is for little kids. Like if I tried to watch some of the trailers and I'm like, just wow, I don't know if I can handle this, you know. But that's the brilliance here is this live action series. You know, they put it through some changes to make the audience, you know, more older focused. I mean, don't get me wrong, all ages will like this series. You know, except for maybe the smallest ones because you know there is some violence and whatnot, but I think they adapted well, you know, to make it a broader range of audience. You know, I also really enjoyed the way this film was shot. Not only were the sets beautiful and the scenery, but also they did interesting shots. Like they have these weird close-ups using a fisheye lens, and you know, especially a couple with Zorro. And it's just a weird thing. It almost looks like you're peering into the soul of the character. They just did lots of interesting things like that. There was also some split screen action. Like I know that you like those, Daisy Pooh.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
that's so much fun.
yeah, and but you know, like I said, it's just beautifully shot, and you know, the animation. There's definitely a lot of animation CGI there. You know, because this is like a fantasy world, but it was great.
Oh, Marvin, this was just such fun to watch. And I think the cinematography and animation had a lot to do with that. They truly made this beautiful cartoon come to life for us. And the CGI was fantastic. Oh, and whoever did the makeup artistry, oh my goodness, it was beautiful. They took us to such exotic locations and otherworldly places and made us a part of it. I just loved every part of it. There was nothing to complain about here at all. And the directors did a wonderful job at highlighting the actors and the locations and drawing the viewers in and telling that story. I just think it was fantastic. What do you think about the directing? Do you think they did a good job too?
Yeah, you know, I was actually quite impressed that, and this transformation into live action. They made a lot of interesting choices. You know, I looked them up. There was a couple, you know, of directors for the series, and you know, there was nothing really crazy like noteworthy. But I did notice some of them had some credits for some of the Marvel Universe like superhero series that were on Netflix. You know, those were some of the ones that I could recognize. So they're
Oh,
not like crazy well-known directors, but they do have some good credits to them. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this movie is the sound score. There is an orchestra music playing almost the entire time. I mean, if there's points where it's not playing, I was so swept up I didn't realize it. It's not taking a center stage in this series. It's more supporting the scenes. It can melt away into the background, but if you pay attention, you appreciate the time that it took and how it supports the characters and the story.
yes, I agree. It was grand and cinematic, and it never overcame the talking or the scene. It just played a supporting role like it should, but it was beautiful and grand, and it added to the whole ambiance of the movie. They did such a fantastic job on that too. It really was beautiful music and beautiful timing on everything. And another thing, I just want to make parents aware although this was originally a children's cartoon, this does have adult themes such as death and cannibalism, as well as violence and gore. So, although this movie is cuter than can be, it has its gruesome moments. So, parents beware. It definitely earned its TV 14 rating.
Yeah, there's definitely some adult themes, as Daisy Pooh mentioned, but what there isn't is any weird political or social agendas. You're just watching a story unfold. There doesn't have to be any more than that. Just have a good story.
Very true.
My final thoughts on this TV series is I'm looking forward to the next seasons. But for all you out there, if you want to drift away to an imaginary pirate world and have fun along the way, then I suggest this series. I would recommend it to kids and adults, but just maybe not the youngest of kids. It is a zany, endearing, and exciting series. And if you can handle that sort of thing, watch it.
Definitely. This first season of the Netflix series One Piece was not a disappointment. It was vivacious, exciting, quirky, unexpected, charming. The list can go on and on and on. That adventure had me falling in love with the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, and every other character there, and especially Zoro. He's so cute. Ah, I I just loved everything. I found myself walking around the house saying Monkey D. Luffy just because it was fun to say, Marvin. But he and the other cast members put on their best acting britches and they made a believable, unlikely friendship, ragtag crew worth rooting for. And I can't wait to see them in the next season, which is why I am sticking by my three fuzzy fingers. And it would have been four from me if it had been a little bit longer series. But they are going to come back, so that's good. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you all for spending time with us today. We'd be happier than three clams in a fish shrimp barrel if you'd subscribe and let us know what you thought of One Piece in the comments below. Well, Marvin, I'm plumb tuckered out, so I'll be seeing you next time.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.